So this is the stack dash that needs to come out to get a new internal battery in it. I think, well, obviously it's just held in place by these 4 screws and then fastened to this separate carbon fibre bracket, but I don't know if these are captive in here or not, and if they're not, then I'll make them captive to make it easier to take off in future. You can see here the launch control button for the obviously for the DTA launch control and the sensor on the back, and that's my slightly second-hand looking SPA Speedo. I don't know if I can get that repaired or not. It'd be good if I could, because obviously as you can see the screen's got all these black stuff on the LCD. I'll maybe just fire him off an email, see what the crack is, see if I can get a fresh one, see if I can get it repaired. It should be easy enough to take off. I think it's just held on with adhesive tape, and while I've got this all apart to get in the back of here, I might as well see if I can get that done at the same time. But that's about it in there. Obviously one of the things on my list is to strip out some of the wiring, but that's all in the back of this section, the main part. So whether I'm going to have time to do that, but I think I'll probably take this lot apart, get it sent off as needed, and while it's all loose I might as well take the opportunity to get the main section off and get rid of some of the wiring in the back of there for the lights, for the dim dip section, the dim dip resistor and all that. That wiring doesn't need to be in, because there is a fault somewhere in the wiring, in that when you put the ignition on you do get the side lights coming on sometimes, but not always. So I don't really know what's happening with there, but I did try originally when I had the stupid idea to have it as a road car, to put all the wiring from the normal loom, it's all in the back of there, all just wrapped up and just rerouted as it needed to be. But obviously I can get shot of a lot of that now. The main thing is to not worry about the lights so much for this track day. Just get the main ignition, ECU, fuel pumps and stuff all wired up correctly this time, and then I don't have any voltage issues, because at the moment the live for the ECU is coming straight off the battery rather than through the fuse box, so I need to get that sorted. But first thing to do would be to get this off, get this out, possibly that off, and then get it sent away. Right, back again, it's next day. It's a glorious 2 degrees C in here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this section of the dash off. There's 3 screws holding it. I do need to add some up at the top to get rid of this bulge effect. And I'm going to take out the stack dash here and the Speedo there. Once I've got that out and some of the wires, whatever's in the back of there disconnected, I might look at taking the main section out, which is a load of bolts across the top and 2 down either side, and then have a look at the wiring in behind that. But it's just a case of see how we go and how easy it's going to be. This isn't going to be a 5-minute job. Right, problem here is that this brake bias adjuster is held, this knob part of it is held on to the cable by an Allen key, a little grub screw in the back of here. Only problem is it's imperial, and the only Allen keys I've got with me are metric, and it doesn't fit, so I can't get that off to pull all this lot forward. What I've been able to do is just pull off the Speedo there, and you can see, if I put it up to the camera, there you go, you can see the black crap on the LCD screen there. So that's something I'll need to see if I can get fixed. But as I said, that was just held on there with double-sided sticky tape, so that was fine. So to get the stack dash out, I'm going to have to stick my hand in the back and get a socket on the back of these, because it is just an 8mm nut. It's not captive yet. When I put it back together, I'm going to make them captive with some riv nuts or something like that. So all I have to do is just get my hand in the back of there, like so, and then just undo each of these 4 screws or bolts or whatever the one you call them. And it's not easy because the nylock nuts on the back, and obviously they're quite tight up to a certain point. So I'll just have to work through all 4 of them and then carefully pull it back this way and undo any wiring that's in the back and get it stripped out that way. Some of the wiring in the back of there I can undo easy enough because it's all on multi-plugs. But if I can't get that off, I can't get this out of the way to get the main section of dash off, to get the wiring at the back of there. So probably all I'm going to be able to do today is take this stack dash out and see if there's anything else I can unclip in the back of here to make it easy to lift off, and then come back another night with Allen key Imperial for that and pull that off, and then the whole thing will lift up out of the way quite easy. But yeah, there's always the one tool that you forget to bring with you when you're not working from home. But yeah. Got the stack dash out. What a pain. I'll have to do those switches, I think. Make it slightly easier next time to get it back in and out. Obviously you can't really tell, but what I had before, I had central stack rev counter to once in Bumblebee, and then 2 gauges either side, and I just made the hole bigger to fit this in, which is why it looks a bit of a mess and uneven. But yeah, there's absolute jungle of wires in the back of there. Problem with all this stack dashing and whatnot is it comes with a loom that's pre-built to a certain length, so you've got to hide it somewhere, and it's basically just all shoved in the back of there. There's nothing much I can do about that to tidy it up, but I'll try something. So yeah, that's going to be it. That's the dash out and the speedo out. As I said, I can't get the rest of that out yet, so what I'll do is I'll take those home and get in contact with Stack and SPA and see if I can get that repaired or replaced. Hopefully I don't have to buy a complete new kit, 'cause it's like £200 or something like that. And it'd be nice if we could get the gauge or the dial display on the stack changed, so it's graduated from 0 to 8000 rather than just 0 to 10 with 1 to 4 in the first little tiny section. If you can see that, I'd like a fuller sweep rather than all the 0 to 4000 being that tiny little section, because it's not going to rev to 10,000, but that was just a second-hand dash that I bought, so I didn't have much choice because it was cheap, comparatively cheap. So yeah, that's it for today. I'll compile these bits of video and get them uploaded hopefully this coming Wednesday night. It's Sunday afternoon now, and all being well, I'll get back on here this next week, get that one done, and then get the rest of the dash out and have a look at some of the wiring that's in the back of there, and see if I can find out why I'm losing voltage. Might have to redo the fuse box and get rid of a lot of stuff so it's not live anymore, because as I said, it's not going to be road use. So if I can't get the lights to work and that this time round, it's not the end of the world. Right, that's it for today. The battery's nearly out on the camera, so I'll have a tidy up and make that do. As usual, if you like these videos, don't forget to subscribe, hit the little bell icon for notifications, and like them as well. Any comments and questions, just fire away. I'll try and reply to all the comments. Well, there isn't that many, so it's easy at the moment. I think people are interested in what I'm doing and what I'm showing you, so I'll keep going. Like you said, that's it for today, and I'll see you next time. Yeah, so that's it for today. Battery's nearly out. Fucking ass.